Welcome back to Making Music on a Budget. This is hopefully the final part of the series Elephant or Me, where I try to take you through the completion of the song from a very rough beginning of just some chords on a guitar, all C major, to recording them on a Rhodes as a lead track, adding this little gadget, adding some retro flair, Rhodes, drums, bass, guitar. So this time we're going to find out whether we made it out alive, and I did put on a jacket, as you can see. So let's get going. So the final battle in any production process, at least for me, is the mixing stage, because many grand designs have been shattered when you actually got to hear what it sounded like in the real world when you put it all together. You may recall that I'm mixing with a dear friend of mine who is a real musician, and he's a professional, not like me. He actually told me that he found there was something missing in the second chorus because it should pick up in intensity. I already had added some distorted guitar because my wife said the same. She said, yeah, it's all a bit samey, the chorus and the verse, it's all C major, there's not enough change. So apart from the distorted guitar, the guy I'm mixing with asked me, why don't you play hi-hat, a second hi-hat over the second chorus into the bridge? So for the first time, I got to record on a real Neumann microphone, right? Because I'm not recording in a studio, I'm just recording in a rehearsal room, you may recall, with a stereo microphone, my iPad, 3 hours tops. I don't have a lot of time and I don't have a lot of money. So it's all about making music on a budget. Just towards the end, for the first time, I was allowed to really use a Neumann microphone for 50 seconds. So I was very nervous because I'm not used to playing in a studio, right? Or to listen to anybody listening to me. On a related note, talking about a second hi-hat, on my channel there are many shorts that actually take one song for just 1 minute, where I'm analyzing how it's built and what's happening, when we talk about instrumentation or intensity or what they change up to make it more, to make it work basically. So there's one video about the song Low Down by Boz Scaggs. And in this video, I'm actually discovering in real time that there is totally a second hi-hat being played, panned to the left by Jeff Porcaro. I didn't know that when we were recording this song, but it just goes to show that sometimes certain tricks keep being repeated. One final point I wanted to make regarding drums. If you follow the MOAB way, every mistake is an opportunity, because if you listen to the bridge just before we get into the the rock part, you will hear that the drums play something like like a normal beat, and then at the count of 4 they just stop, like. And this was not intentional, it was just I had recorded the drums, and for some reason that part I couldn't quite get right, but I didn't want to go back to re-record it, because once I record them I can't really, because I don't have a studio, I just positioned the stereo microphone, so trying to go back and doing it again won't work, so I have to record everything from the beginning. So I just took these parts that didn't work and I just cut out the parts after beat 4 and just slapped some heavy reverb on the final snare hit, to make it sound, I don't know, important or intentional. So sometimes you can fix it in the mix. By the way, if you want to know how I record my drums with a stereo microphone and an iPad, you can go back to another video. I'm going to link it below, where I'm talking more at length about, recording it, where to position the microphone and what kind of effects I'm slapping on there. In the end, I'm quite happy with what we achieved, because I wanted to create something that was like a journey. By the way, you can hum Chopin's Marche Funèbre over the parts of the bridge, the main theme, because it was composed for a wake. Long story short, I really like the song. There's one instrument I didn't talk about yet. Did you catch it? Yeah, it's the vocals. Why didn't I talk about them? I mean, we did put on some, background vocals, some choirs, but the main reason I didn't talk about the vocals yet, or the lyrics, is because it's all in German. You know, I'm half German, so I knew that you wouldn't follow me along this journey had you known. So without further ado, let me play you Mann im Halbschatten, which I wrote for one specific relative of mine, but which is actually dedicated to many more relatives. May they rest in peace. Here we go.
Ganz der alte Spieler, ganz der alte Leiermann, bist dein eigener Dealer, den du nicht bezahlen kannst, hat der Mann im Spiel. Nicht das Kartenspiel gezinkt, kannst du nicht noch warten, ob dein Bluff nicht noch gelingt, ob dein Bluff nicht noch gelingt. Mann im Halbschatten, komm doch zu uns raus ins Licht. Mann im Halbschatten, spür die Wärme im Gesicht, wenn wir beisammen sind. Ist die Dunkelheit gebannt, pack deine Sachen ein, wir gehen runter an den Strand. Die Krone geliehen, wie ein Titel, der nichts zählt. Hast du dir verziehen, hast du dir verziehen, was dir ohne Schuld gefehlt, hätt dich auch getragen. Doch du warst dir selbst zu schwer, wollt manches noch sagen. Doch nun ist schon zu lange her, ja viel zu lange her. Mann im Halbschatten, komm doch zu uns raus ins Licht. Mann im Halbschatten, sonst siehst du die Sonne nicht. Wenn wir beisammen sind, ist die Dunkelheit gebannt. Pack deine Sachen ein, ja pack sie ein, wir gehen runter an den Strand. In meinen Träumen nimmst du das Ruder in die Hand. In meinen Träumen stößt du ab vom alten Land. Bist du gezogen und ich sehe dich nicht mehr. Ich bleib dir gewogen, doch der Abschied fällt so schwer.
Thank you for sticking with me through this long journey. All I want to do is to inspire you to get back to making music, you know, to pick up that one song again, the one that got away. Please do join me again, because I do have another series upcoming with an even bigger scope. You know, many more guitar lines, many more choirs. Actually a choir that I'm not singing, you know, with a real choir with 6 people singing background. Please keep creating, keep sharing, and I hope to see you again on the channel when we make music on a budget.